Hello, friends. Oh no, my camera's not working. I should have checked it. See, this is what happens. This is what happens. There we go. Oh, I got all my boxes in the back. Look at all these beautiful orange Godox boxes. What's up, y'all? How's everyone doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I guess good afternoon, good evening. I know I usually have a lot of people watching from like across seas. I'm just now downloading all the photos. I think they just came in, yep. So now I can go ahead and import them. And hopefully there won't be any JPEGs. But we'll have to see how that goes. Let's see, I'm gonna make a new folder. Let's call it live streams. January. Imports. We got Marilyn in the house. Miami. WPPI, yes. I'm also going to be at Imaging, so if any of y'all are familiar, Imaging is coming up in like what, a week or two, a week and a half? Something of that sort. So yeah, if y'all are going to Imaging, make sure to try and find me. I know I'm not as noticeable since I don't have my hair. I know before, like at Imaging and stuff, like people would just come out of like nowhere and be like, "Hey John, I saw you from 50 miles away because of your hair." We got Philly in the house. Thaddeus in the house. Virginia. Got South Africa. Ontario. Let's see. Is there a way? Can I sort this by JPEG? It doesn't look like it. Wow, look at all the different cameras y'all used. Half listening because you're working. Oh, Quebec in the house. Yeah, I wish there was an easy way to sort this inside of Lightroom to be able to just be like, yes, JPEGs. These are some great submissions. I guess I should be able to tell, right? Like, these look like JPEGs. Nope. I mean, these are looking, did we accomplish it? Did y'all for once not submit any JPEGs? Uh-oh. Oh no. It's looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good. Good evening from the UK. I feel like sometimes y'all be throwing me like hard photos just to be like, let's see if he can actually edit it. I mean, yeah, this looks good, y'all. It doesn't look like there's any JPEGs. I'm sure I'll run into one. DNG is questionable, but usually it's fine. Through a curveball. Yeah, y'all definitely be hitting me with them curveballs. Look at this. Someone's like, yeah, let's hit them off with this backlit, overexposed craziness. JPEG? No, y'all are in here. Great job, y'all. I'm sure I'll run into one, but too many birds. Do a raw only filter mark it as, say, a 1 and then filter everything without. Huh. I just wish there was like, why is there not a metadata for JPEG? You know, you could sort it by all kinds of other things, but not by JPEG. Kind? No, because it's just photo or video. Oh, maybe. Videos. Oh, virtual copies. Oh, well. I'm sure we'll run into some. We'll see what happens. Oh, you have to go? See you later. Thanks for popping in and saying hi. All right, so y'all know the drill. For anyone who's new here, we're gonna be editing your photos that you have submitted. There are no more submissions. The submissions have been closed already. That's done with. And yeah, I'm using the Natural Fills preset. If you're not familiar with it, it's gonna be in the comments at some point. My bot will drop it in there. I also just released the Natural Fills AI actions. So those are gonna do things like shadow save and skin smooth and all that stuff by just clicking it at one point. If y'all haven't checked those out yet, definitely go to the website, check them out. They're up there now. If you all already own the Natural Fills preset, make sure to buy the $5 AI actions only. Don't buy the full thing because you already have the presets. Will you be using the AI actions? Probably. I use them pretty normally at this point, especially the skin smooth. I like just a little bit of skin smoothing, but I hate having to do it by hand, so it helps. You guys buy your... Thank you so much. Hey, John, pleasantly surprised to catch your stream. Nice. How often do you stream? So, I was really bad about it last year, but generally I stream once a month, the last Friday of the month. Now, the reason I'm doing this Friday is because next week I'll be heading out to Imaging USA. So, and again, if y'all are heading out to Imaging, I'll be there. Come find me. My birthday's coming up soon too. I'm a January babies, yeah! Let's go ahead and jump into these photos though. Where's my information? Okay, there we go. Raf, what are we working with? XE1, wow. Me too, happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. So I'm gonna hit this off with an auto. Get it straight. It's a little overexposed. And there's too much green. But yeah, the AI actions I use, it depends on the shot itself. Like, it's really dependent on the shot. But see, so here they are over here. So I can skin smooth real quick. And it's basically just using the AI masking. So you see now under the mask, here's my skin smooth. And it's pretty accurate. But it's nice because you don't have to like, you don't have to do anything, right? You just click it and it's like, boom, skin smooth, there it is. And then if you want to, you see here, you got the amount slider. So if it's too much, you can go ahead and just turn it down a little bit. And that's it. There's eye whitening, teeth whitening, skin smooth, shadow save, sky save. So again, I can save the sky real quick if I need to, just a little bit. First photo magenta. Looking like there's not enough magenta. Here's our before and after. Yeah, I personally find that overexposed photos are harder to edit. I don't know why. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan at all. It's more rough. Something about it makes it harder. Cute. I would say this photo's a little tight per my liking. I know there's a couple more shots. This was probably just like people happen to be walking. Oh my goodness, so green. Ah! That feels about right there. The orange is a little too much. So I'm gonna come to my HSL and throw that down a little bit. Speaking of overexposed, recently learned about the metering level. Nice. I always have a hard time when like you're in a forest because you need things to be green. Like there's going to be a green overcast from the leaves, but it's just so green that I hate it so much. But see, again, throw that skin smooth on there, boom. Turn it down just a little bit. Throw that teeth whitening on there, boom. And it's very subtle too, like, you don't want your edits to be so obvious that people are like, what happened? There's our before and after. This one is in shadows, kind of backlit. First we need to level it some. That horizon feels off to me. Oh, it's doing this again. Should do it all black. This stupid heart inside of my chat is like blocking. I can't see what you all are saying. Can I pop it out? Would the heart still be there? Okay, there we go. Why would they do that? Maybe I needed to like change it. I have a question regarding your presets. I purchased a black and white a while back on my Mac. Oh yeah. What's up? What's the question? Yo, the sun is like blowing my face out right now in the office. I'm like having a hard time even seeing the screen. So much green. So here goes the shadow save. I have the chat popped out as well. Yeah. There's like icons blocking it. This lighting right here is hurting me. I'm not a fan. I'm not able to install in Lightroom on my new MacBook Pro. Yeah, definitely make sure to email me about that so I can look into it, because I don't see why that would be happening. Where's my sky save? And let's constrain the crop. Oops. Here's our before and after. So I guess this was like a birth announcement. So for this photo, I feel like I would have liked to see, and you know, maybe the photographer took one, a tighter shot as well, to also kind of pinpoint this smoke in the back. I didn't even realize that was there at first. Something with more compression would have been cool. Would you not try and lighten up the shadows on a couple? Not really, because it's gonna look... So my main approach when it comes to editing is trying to keep things looking natural. So again, if my couples were heavily in shadows, then I'm gonna leave them in shadows. This is why, again, and Beth Beth will get on me about this, but this is why I don't like backlighting photos unless it's for a purpose and you're doing it on purpose. Like you want to get a silhouette in the shot or something, then you know you're doing that. So the way this looks to me, because of how the lighting is, it looks like they wanted super shadows. So I'm not gonna, I did already shadow save them. So, I could come in here and like lift the shadows a whole lot. But you see it starts looking all weird. It just doesn't. And, I can raise my exposure and be like, yay, now I can see them. And it's just like, it looks off. Like, if you wanted to see them, you should have done it in camera. That's kind of, as much as you can. There's a couple other photos that have a better example, but just the way this is lit, totally, like, it doesn't feel right pulling them up that much. Like, it was shot like this. Cute. Yeah, I mean, yeah, this location, this is the worst, right? You got the shadows from him on her face and stuff. And I've had this happen to me. I do that. I deal with it a lot, actually. Even the full wedding day video that I'm currently working on, there was a part where the dad was helping out the groom, and there was not a lot of lighting, but they were right by a window, so we had to adjust them the right way so that the shadows weren't directly on his face. So again, this is rough because I would love to black and white this because of all that contrast, but clearly it's about the the smoke bomb. Like, the smoke bomb is the point. So it's a little hard. You're like kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. But I did use the shadow save to try and bring the shadows up just a bit. Yeah, personally, this is just bad lighting. And again, it could have been hard anyway because there may not have been any shade anywhere. I like backlit if it's from the, yeah, side backlit is perfect. Like a nice, Julia Trotty, is that her name? She just posted a photo that's so good. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this? Now that's backlit, That's what we want. That's the kind of backlit we talking about. So good. Like, your subject's not totally blown out by shadows, and then just this little bit of, like, highlight kind of bleeding through. So good. That's what I want to see. So again, that's the biggest difference between like, this is just direct raw sunlight blowing out everything, making weird shadows, which can work if you're planning on shooting it that way. But if you're just taking photos and it just happens to be like that, it's not going to add up well. Wow, these crops. But see, it looks like it was a cloudy day, so maybe the sun was in and out. Because it doesn't totally make sense, the fact that, like, that last shot had weird shadows, and this one's, like, nice. It's nice and... so much magenta. Why is Sony so green? Can someone please tell me? I'm gonna save the sky a little bit. So here's our before and after for this. And again, if you wanted to keep her dress more green, then you'd have to come down here and change the saturation on the greens. You can also change the hue. Is he wearing the same shirt? What happened to his shirt? Is that the same guy? Is this a different day? Maybe it is. Actually, the metadata will tell. No. Maybe he just got sweaty, so he changed his shirt. Maybe it was his favorite shirt. I'm gonna stop speculating. Hey, welcome to the live stream from Brazil. Y'all never listen to the 2 or 3 photo limit? People be in here submitting their whole sessions. Could you just edit my session for me real quick? We'll also save the sky on this one as well. See, I can even bring that down more if I want to. Yeah, but say, at least Javier isn't in here with his 20 photos. This one also is cropped weird. It's only the Sonys that have that crop on it. Here's our before and after. We can bring these shadows down a little bit more too. I wanted to upload a whole wedding. Isn't this the same photo? Oh. So see, because we have so many of the same now, you're gonna get hit with the this is how you speed edit, right? Select, sync settings. And if you select the mask as well, it'll AI the mask also, so. Color grading, detail, lens correction, effects, crop, calibration, boom. So much green. Why is there so much green? So this is about the same photo. See, this is what I was talking about with the backlit. This is not ideal backlit. It puts a lot of weird shadows on their face here. Their eyes are just, these are those weird overcast days where the light comes straight down. Oh my goodness, the horizon. Yep, add a reflector. That's all you need. All you need is a reflector and it'll be good. That sky save is looking scary. This crop is also, there we go. Oops. Then we can constrain the crop. Here's our before and after. So I would say out of that set of photos, yeah, these last couple of shots are better, like this one here and this here. The rest of these are a little rough. And then, yeah, the lighting on these aren't ideal either. It's so much more difficult than I thought to edit my own sessions. Sunny Florida with lots of, oh my goodness, I could only imagine while watching a completely different editing style. Yeah, Florida is a whole different beast. I shot like two or three weddings down there, and it's, I don't know how y'all deal with them summers. I don't know how y'all deal with that rain that just comes out of nowhere. You should be hanging out chilling. Oh, they're gonna, and then just stops. Like I can't. Oh man, see, this is way overexposed. I guess this is savable, but this is not. This is not what you want in camera. So green. Why is Sony so? See, okay, so I've solidified it in my brain, y'all. I don't think I would ever switch to Sony, cause all the photos are so green. I would be jacking up the magenta. You think I use a lot of magenta now? Watch me get on a Sony. That's like all I'll do. I wouldn't even think about it. The first thing I would do is just be like, okay, time to turn up the magenta. What focal length is this? Like a 16 or something? 24, yeah. Here's our skin smooth. And then here's our before and after. So it was savable, but that exposure is kind of scary. But look at that. Look at that dynamic range. The magenta's a little heavy. There we go. That's better. Stark contrast to Western Texas where there's no green. Everything's just brown over there. Today there's fog in Florida. Yesterday it rained. Dang. Animated personality. Ah. Nothing straight. I don't know where the horizon is. I guess that works. And it's just so overexposed. Oh my god, it's so green. And then this is annoying. Like, what is this? Oops. Random drop of water or something. There we go. Here's our before and after. We can also skin smooth. We could teeth whiten. And we can eye whiten. Oh, it couldn't find the subject. Oh. Lightroom, don't leave me hanging like that. Anime magenta man. Clips of him roasting. Minus 17. Dang, yo. So cold. Okay, so here we go. So in this case, clearly it would have helped to fill them in with some light. But again, this looks like one of those, like, I chose to put them here because it would be better for the lighting. And see, so I'm able to bring it way up like this because they were just totally in shadow anyway. Here goes Sony with the green again. Look at how much nicer that looks when I add magenta. Look at how beautiful that is. Wow. Magenta. There's our before and after. So see, that was a creative choice where it was like, if I want to get a clean shot of my couple, this is what I have to do. Is drop them in some heavy shadow. and know that the dynamic range on my camera can take it. And again, yeah, the background's blown out, but you know, it is what it is. Could have stopped up a bit to 3 or 2. Yep. Oh, were they? Yeah, F4. Yeah, they definitely could have opened up a bit. I have to add magenta to all my Sony edits. Yeah, like Sony is so green. It is so green. Not even kind of. It's just extra green. Even if you don't like magenta as much as I do, Sony is so green. So see, I could bring the exposure down, right? So everything else is not blown out, and I can do my subject shadow save. And then bring my shadows down just a little bit. So that way, everything else isn't so exposed heavy. And y'all saw I just clicked on the AI edit real quick. Honestly, be thinking of going Canon or Nikon. Just because of all the green. Sony is so green. Oh my goodness. This is a great shot. I like it. Nice. First off, it looks like we need to straighten this. Yeah. I mean, we might be able to, yeah. Oh my, like, look at it. Is the focus missed? Even at F4? Oh, no, it's fine. Cute. I use your preset as my base for my edits. I created a new preset. Nice. Jumping magenta. We got Grease in the house. Welcome to the stream. I would love to know how y'all get shot like these because I could never get them in focus. I mean, yeah, a lot of it is either focus. Well, first off, stopping down a bit. And then usually I just try and focus on the couple. Like I'll put my box like up here. Make sure you're focusing on like the tops of their heads and stuff. But a lot of times the wider you are, the more you need to go ahead and just stop down. Yeah, 3.6 or 4. A lot of times I'm lazy though. I'll be shooting it wide open anyway. And then I get home, missed. Oh no. What is it even focusing on? Bethany. I mean, there's no saving this. Like I can edit it, but not only if it's extra overexposed, and it is and it's out of focus. There's like literally no saving it. That isn't worth editing. I mean, yeah, it's pretty bad. That's definitely a black and white. Look, it's artsy. See, black and white. It's great. Yeah. Ta-da. Good old black and white. Makes it look vintage, right? Look at there. And then see, and then I usually, you remember I put my extra grain on it? Let's do it. We'll export it real quick. Let's see, where we want to go. We want to go to 2024. We'll make a new folder called live streams. And I'm just going to make a, oh, I put it in the wrong place. I'm the worst. And then we'll put it in a folder called other. We're going to export it all the way, which it'll open up in exposure X7. No focus equals black and white. You know it every time. Good expressions miss the focus. Black and white. Hey John, what do you think of using the classic Chrome color profile with your natural fields preset instead of the Adobe standard. I have never tried that. Boom. Put that extra grain on there, and it just looks like it was supposed to be like that. Vintage. There. The trees are kind of in focus. Yeah, that was a totally just, you can't save that. No way to save it. Was this the same shoot? It looks like. Yeah. This was also missed. What happened? Because the settings look fine. Because, yeah, 500 on the shutter is good. F2.8, which I'm assuming on this lens looks like it's probably wide open. Even the stuff that kind of is in focus is off. Like, nothing is like, oh yeah, this is in focus. Yeah, it's the same. I hope the whole wedding didn't turn out like that, because that's unfortunate. Y'all, I'm so glad I started using auto ISO on this camera, because a big cloud just came through and like everything changed. The camera that they captured the OG Bigfoot on. Lens could be dirty. Yeah, something's off. But yeah, there's no saving this. What camera is it? 6D Mark II, so like it's a decent camera too. And see, this is why, again, you know, again, nothing against the photographer, but some of these couples out here be hiring photographers because they're cheaper and stuff, and it's just like they end up with this, and it's unfortunate. And I'm not saying that's what this photographer is. These could have just been some missed shots, and they were sending it to me to see if it was possible to actually edit it and save it, which it's not. But I feel bad for couples who hire someone and then it's just like the shots come back totally trash. I don't understand this picture. X100V. Because of the context, this is a black and white. That's just what it is. Sometimes when you have a shot that's like very just candid, hanging out, black and white's better. Sorry, I forgot to put my name on my pics. Did your pics come up already? There we go. Aside from the horizon. Oops. Straighten this up. Can Lightroom do it by itself? Can I do it without losing the crop? Shoot everything in auto. I mean, yeah. So we'll keep this like that. I'll fix the white in Photoshop. Here's our before and after. I actually might, yeah, pull that down a bit. It was a little hot. There we go. The highlights were kicking too much. I'm editing at the moment. Lightroom in one screen, your live streaming. Nice. Let's go ahead and fix this. Oops, in Photoshop. So we're gonna right click, edit in Photoshop beta. What would like that look like in black and white? Yeah, maybe I'll do one of those too. High key made sure to vet my wedding photographer's IG website for anything like this. Yeah, it's really, it's a very unfortunate thing when you hire a photographer and they just like, they can't, what? Get this out of here. Time for some birds. Yeah, it's unfortunate, and it happens a lot. Honestly, right now, just the way the economy is, it's probably happening a lot more too. Because what I assume is happening, and I might make a video about this soon, because like I'm having a hard time booking weddings myself right now, and I want to make a video that's just like honesty for people, because sometimes, especially when you're starting out, you feel real bad. So it's like nice to hear from someone who's like been doing it for a minute, being like, yeah, I'm having a hard time. Like, booking is not my strong suit. I can book clients fairly well, but I'm not like, there's some photographers who are just so good at it that even in a downturn, they're fine. That's not me. And what it seems like I think is happening is you have a lot of people who need to make money. You know, everyone's like, oh, side hustle this and side hustle that. So people are like, oh yeah, I can just, you know, pick up a camera and make some easy money. So now they're out here shooting, you know, weddings and backyard weddings and stuff like that for literally like $500, you know, $200. And people are down for that because they're like, well, we're struggling too. So, you know, I'm cool with paying $500 and that's it. And that's just kind of where things are right now, you know? But yeah, I'm thinking about making a video about it. We're just fixing these edges real quick with the generative AI. So am I, they're asking for 200 prices and I can't, yeah. And that's the thing, like I've been looking at my prices because I had just raised my prices, I think in like 2022. And I've been booking on my current prices. But with the way things are right now, it has me questioning, like, maybe I should just drop my prices. But I think I'm just going to stay where I am and ride the course. Not, like, degrade my work just because no one's booking. So, again, hopefully the people who are out here trying to make money are, like, actually doing it and doing good photography and not just, like, messing up the photography industry. John, my guy, had 2 questions. What's your favorite food? And if you had to switch up from Fuji, which camera would you go to? So favorite food, I love Asian food. Mainly more Chinese, Japanese. My wife is actually half Chinese and she cooks a lot of Chinese food at home, which is great. It works out because like Asian cuisine is my favorite. So much so that I actually barely eat with a fork anymore. Like, I only use chopsticks, even on non-Asian cuisine. And if I had to switch to a camera, I don't know, I feel like I might go back to Canon. That was where I started. So if I was going to do anything else, it probably would be back to Canon. But Sony autofocus definitely has me looking. And also, like, when it comes to mirrorless systems, really the only two who were holding it down was Fujifilm and Sony. Like Canon and Nikon and all, they're all late to the game. They're like, look, we got mirrorless cameras now. I don't even know if they're really good like that. But Sony, they've been in there. They're like, yeah, we're doing mirrorless. That's what's good. And Fujifilm, they've been in there too. So that was a quick little, I filled in this photo. The generative fill is great. It takes a couple more minutes, but it's really, really good. Yeah, Asian cuisine's so good. Oh my god. And so like I used to have like the general, like I really liked Italian when I was growing up and stuff. I'm not about that life no more. Like I don't, it doesn't work for me. Someone requested black and white, so let's hit this photo with a black and white real quick. Like I don't like Mediterranean food at all. It just doesn't work for my palate. Oh yeah, it's actually really nice in black and white. Good choice. Yeah, pan fried bao. Canon go. Yeah, I could see myself going back to Canon, but I questioned their mirrorless cameras. Did you try the Helios 442? No, I don't even know if I know what that is. Now I gotta look it up. Oh wow. Vintage lens. What mount is it for? About to get an adapter, put it on my GFX. This thing's probably crazy on the GFX. I was gifted the Canon 85 for Christmas. Nice. Canon mirrorless is great. Nice. This is the same photographer. Is this the X100V still? Nice. Yeah, Fuji makes great cameras, yo. So we're gonna shadow subject save. Bring her up a little bit and then drop the shadows some. That way I don't have to bring her up too much. And then I guess warm up the photo some. This is, I always miss this, and they were probably just taking random photos, but this gets me every time. Like at weddings, it's like, whoop, hair tie, and you're like, ah. Is the hill that inclined, or is it Dutch tilt? I think that looks like a hill. Cause there's no way it would be tilted that hard. Cause then she would be hanging on the tree, but this is this is too thin for her to be hanging. You know, like if it was a straight horizon, I don't even think I can straighten it that much. I could take it into Photoshop though. I'm not gonna do that though. But yeah, it looks like a hill. It looks like a pretty steep hill. We got Alex in the chat. He's in here. Yeah, X100V looks great. Oh yeah, hit this off with that skin smooth real quick. It goes so fast, I didn't even see it happen. And see, I can turn it down a little bit if I want to. There's our before and after. Mountains in North Carolina, yeah! I love the North Carolina mountains. Clearly, being a North Carolinian myself, I'm a little biased. Missed the Laughs Live, so I had to come. Nice. Beautiful shot. So good. I ain't even got to do anything to it. That's what happens when you get like a nice exposure and everything. Like you really don't have to do much. There's our before and after. Oh my God, these clouds. I cannot stand this. They have lens adapter. M42. Yeah, I want to try adapting some lenses to the GFX because the 102 is such a good camera. Nice. This white balance is annoying, so we're going to auto. Yep, and then it needs to be warmed up some. Pull up the highlights because this was clearly a flash. Yeah, and then it just needs to be warmed up. And then I can always, so I have subject warmer here. So I can make the couple warmer and then pull down like that. So the background's just not so super warm. Pull these oranges back just a little bit. There's our before and after. Here's another one. Yeah, I like the background around there, but the couple needs to be warmed up some too. Wow, I guess it's the flash. Something about this makes it look almost like the background is portrait mode on an iPhone or something. I don't know why it looks like that. Where to get these AI actions? Got them on my website. Hold on, if I can type, I can get y'all a link real quick. Oh my goodness, my internet is struggling. There they go. About your presets, is it best to white balance first before applying? I would white balance after. The only reason I white balance these first is because it's like a dramatic case of orange. But usually, so like this photo here, and we got Sean in the chat too, give him a shout out. Usually I'll come to my photo like this, first deal with any lining up, so if it needs to be leveled or not. I'll also probably crop if I want to. And then after doing that is when I'll apply the preset and then deal with the white balance after that. Which this one is fine. But yeah, I like to white balance after the preset's been on because you can really see what the colors look like. Find it better to apply it first. And yeah, because it's the preset itself is going to change the colors a little bit. So if you white balance it to what makes sense and then put the preset on and it looks wrong, like that can happen. Oh, I see. So you were saying some of the photos didn't have your name on it. Actually, I do need to add a little bit of a little bit of magenta. Nice. This looks like it's a first look shot. You know, I normally don't shoot my first looks getting the bride's reaction, but this is great. Oh, and it's Fuji. What is this? Good old XT3. You know what, y'all? I like the XT5 and I've been using it for a minute, but I think the XT3 is my favorite Fujifilm camera, hands down. Like I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Like I really think the XT3 is my favorite camera. So good. Here's our before and after. Like, I be seeing XT3 photos sometimes, and it has me kind of missing my XT3s. Like, really. I'd be like, man, maybe I shouldn't have sold them. Beautiful. Good old 56. 56 over here changing the game. Boom. Shadow saved the couple. It's too cool, yeah. We could teeth whiten, but I think it's gonna make her teeth too. Oh, it didn't even get him. Oops. Beautiful shot. There's our before and after. Did you upgrade your Godox and Magmod when you upgraded to the new X-T5 and GFX? I did not. I'm still rocking. That's what these orange boxes are. Those are my my old Godox V862, and they're like fine. What do you notice that's the difference usually between visually? I don't know what it is. Sometimes, and I don't know if it's that I'm missing the shot, or again, it's the resolution. The resolution makes a huge difference in just what you're getting from the camera. So I absolutely love the X-T5. It works great, but it just, I feel like I be missing shots sometimes. And I think it's because the 26 megapixels versus 40. It just changes the whole game. Oh, here goes Beth. I think she said she was working, right? This is a great shot. 50 mil for that nice little background separation there. Yeah, something about the X-T3s was just like so perfect. This is looking pretty good. Take these oranges out a bit. Then again, we can teeth whiten. I think, is it only selecting one person? Oh, it can't find it all the time. We can do skin smooth just because. Guess I'll hold on to my X-T3 then, even though the X100V gets most of it. Yeah, the X-T3s are, they're good. Like really. I was very happy with that camera. Here goes our before and after. I know it's underexposed. What's this flying in the sky? Catching the light. Did you hate it? No. The last shot was great. This is the same wedding, I'm assuming. The only thing I hate is all this green. But yeah, so even with this, talking about the shadows, like I don't want to raise the shadows so much and just suck the life out of the photo. It's a little backlit, so they're going to be in shadow. So I want to keep that in the photo while also bringing up everything. That's why I keep bringing up the exposure but dropping the shadows, because I don't want it to feel like not naturally how it was, but I also do want to bring the whole thing up. Here's our before and after. Almost looks like hair light. Yep, that's that quarter side backlit. Where's the birds? I submitted it specifically for the green. Y'all just gonna start sending a bunch of green photos to me. In case anyone's wondering, I'm eating KFC. No, this is great. Oh, nice. Which camera is this? The XT4. Yeah, there's something different with the 40 megapixels versus the 26. And I haven't totally decided where I sit with all of it. May as well save the sky a little bit. Oh no, that's too much. When are you going to critique websites again? Oh yeah, y'all were asking me that last time too. I need to do it sometime soon. Maybe next month. I'm considering starting either a photography or a gaming channel. I'm leaning towards photography because it actually brings some real quality to life. What would you consider? It's hard to say, but it really comes down to just what you personally would like to do. Now, I can tell you, it seems like photography on YouTube is not popping off like it used to be. But I'm not sure. Like, you just have to take a different approach. And it depends on how big you're trying to get. Because even if you think about it, you look at someone like Peter McKinnon. He started out doing tutorial photo stuff like I do now. And he pivoted away from that, and now he has like millions of subscribers. Whereas like, if you keep doing only educational type stuff, you're probably not going to be huge, and it's going to be harder to grow as well. So that's something to consider. Now with gaming, it would be even harder to grow, just because like everybody does it, you know? Like, I would love to be able to live stream gaming or something myself and get paid for doing things that I like to do, but so many people are doing gaming on YouTube that, like, unless you can stand out, you're gonna have a hard time. I know I really like Eric's gaming. He's more like an educational channel because he covers like new games coming out and, you know, how to get better at games and things like that. So there's also that angle to it as well, but it's hard to say. Just know that if you do want to get into YouTube and start doing it, you have to enjoy making videos, because if not, you're quickly gonna be like, this sucks. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It can be rough sometimes. Which camera is this? Good old XT3. Here's our before and after. I think I added too much magenta for once. It's hard for gaming. I did Twitch for almost 10 years. If you don't get in with a company and a brand, it's super hard. Yeah, I at one point was like, oh, maybe I'll do Twitch so I can play games that I like in the evenings or something, but I can't. There's like so much time you have to put into streaming on Twitch to even make some decent money. Sent 2 I struggled editing with. Oh, Khalil, I think I saw your photos. Only fans, but about camera gear. Only cams. Sony with the greens. I guess if you like green, there's like people out there who really do enjoy green, which is probably why they shoot with Sony. What games have you been playing lately? So this year I'm trying my best to not spend money on games, like extremely minimal. So what I'm trying to do is go back through my backlog and actually play all these games that I spent money on. If y'all don't know, I got a Steam Deck, which is hands down one of the best handhelds, especially because you have access to all your Steam stuff. So far in my backlog, what I've been playing. So I recently finished Sea of Stars. I'm a big JRPG person too. So I finished Sea of Stars, which was great. About to go back and replay it. I went back and was playing Metal Gear Solid 5. Yeah, the Phantom Pain or whatever. I never finished that. So I've been playing through that, and that's been awesome. I'm currently playing through the new Momodora, Moonlit Farewell, which is a Metroidvania, which is awesome. I be playing like 5 games at the same time. What else am I playing? Oh yeah, I'm trying to finish up Triangle Strategy, because I never finished that. Yeah, so Zelda, I was playing Tears of the Kingdom, and that game is massive, and I don't like to just like go through the story and finish the game. I like to like, you know, take my time and be in there. So when the game came out, I threw like 115 hours into it, and I was just like overwhelmed. I was like, this game is huge. There's so much. So I kind of stopped playing, but I'm gonna go back and finish it. Ugh. What is this lighting? The colors are like... How much grain has your preset and why? So when you buy the Natural Fills preset, it is pretty grainy. Now when I edit with it, I actually turn the grain all the way off, which you can find down in the effects area down here under grain. But I turn it all the way down because I add my grain in another program. So I get a lot of emails sometimes where people don't like the grain. All you got to do is go down to effects and turn that down, and then you won't have to deal with it. Oh wow, you like Breath of the Wild better? Tears of the Kingdom was like addictive level good. I like Tears of the Kingdom better. I played through Breath of the Wild, and it's good. But Tears of the Kingdom, my goodness. It's just so good. Like, I don't think I've played a Zelda game that good in a long time. Oh, these bugs done messed up this photo. Like, this was a really cool idea. But, like, this is distracting, right? It's just picking up the light and stuff. Does anyone play Tomb Raider anymore? I played the newer 2, and I never finished the 3rd one. So I need to finish the 3rd one. But yeah, Tomb Raider was my jam. I like the old ones. They re-released them, right? Because the Tears of the Kingdom, there's a lot of stuff you need to do. Yeah, there's so much. That's why I stopped playing. It was just too much for my mind. I was like, this game's massive. I can't do it. Seem like photography channels have a tight community that caters to those of us that have a particular interest. Hard to keep up if you're not reviewing products. Yeah. Or showcasing your BTS. Yeah, it's been interesting. Like, my videos aren't really getting views like they used to. And again, I'm not over here complaining. It's part of the job, but I don't know what's happening. Like, even I noticed, if y'all are familiar with Mango Street and their videos, like, they have 1 million subs. And I feel like when you watch the videos, and this is nothing against them, this is just kind of where YouTube's at right now. Like, they struggle to get views, but they have 1 million subscribers. So I don't know what is going on in the YouTube space at the moment, but it's definitely something. I'm literally about to AI generate out each one of these little bugs. So true, everything is BTS and Reels. Yeah, I hate Reels and Shorts. I really do. If y'all see me posting Shorts, I'm sorry. It's just part of the game. But I absolutely hate them. By the way, did you hear about Dehancer? No. I'm waiting on those BTS wedding videos. Yeah, I got someone to help me edit through my BTSs that I almost lost, or I nearly lost, and it's looking really good. So I'm hoping to probably hit y'all off with the most BTS videos I've ever seen in a single year. Okay, so since I wasn't talking about it, I just jumped into Photoshop to get rid of those bugs in front of his face, and that helped the photo out so much more. But these kind of shots are cool, but I would have stopped way down, because even the way this looks, like, I don't know. I would have stopped down to try and get them both in focus or something. It's a great shot, though. I see a bunch of YouTubers quitting. Yeah, I've been looking into that. Did y'all see MKBHD just dropped a video? Yeah, LS Photography, thank you so much for that super chat. For some coffee. For some BTS videos. Yeah, so I'm working on one now that I'm about half done with. And my editor just sent me another one, which I just need to finish up some stuff on it. But it looks good. So yeah, I'm really hoping to be able to put out a fair bit this year. This is black and white. Usually for my reception shots, I like to drop my shadows down and really get that like reception feel out of the photos. What do you do for inspiration? I don't know. I haven't been very inspired recently. It's not the best answer, I know. You know, just looking at other people's work and really like feeling the moment for me helps keep me inspired, but it's a hard grind sometimes. Need to check that plugin. I might have to check it out. Hey John, I can't wait for your Flash course. Yeah. It's gonna, so the whole point of the Flash course too is it's supposed to kind of be like a quick crash course, kind of like I give my second photographers. Like a lot of times I'll have seconds and they don't totally know how to use their Flash. That's kind of what I want it to be like. It's not going to be one of those crazy, like, let's figure out how to become a master of the Flash and use it. No, it's going to be, look, let's get you taking decent Flash photos so that at your next wedding, you're not fumbling around like, oh God, what am I doing? You know, like you can actually do it and feel pretty good about it, you know? Not feel like you somehow happened to pull off the shot and you're like, thank God I didn't ruin this wedding. You know, like that's really what I want, is to get people over that feeling of like, well, I was able to finish the wedding, but I don't know how. My Flash happened to work and that's great, I guess. So for me, these lights are just annoying. They're just like, I don't know. They stand up and then drop the shadows. There's our before and after. Which is always, yeah, that's again too, like, for me on the YouTube side, it's hard because I would love to go out and shoot. I haven't shot with the XS20 yet and done a video on shooting with it. You know, I got the GFX 102. Like, I just, It's cold, man. I don't want to go nowhere. I'm like gaining weight. It's hibernation season, you know? Saying black and white is only used when your exposure was bad is so stupid. Have you ever had an issue with the focus on the X-T5? I'm still trying to figure out if I am having an issue with the focus, but it seems like I might be. I can show y'all my last shoot. There's a couple shots with the X-T5 that I was like, I don't know, yo. I don't know. And that's what happens. And then I see X-T3 photos and I'm like, man, maybe I should have just like, oh, this is black and white. Let me go back though. Let me not get distracted. This looks like it was just like a photo test. Here's our before and after. Happy birthday. Yeah, thank you. Yep, January birthday. Birthday coming up. Was the change in haircut due to maintenance? Yeah, mainly kind of maintenance. I'm getting a little up there in age. I'm not that old, but I'm not young no more. I'm trying to grow my hair back. I think I'm losing my hair. Just to be honest with y'all. I've hit that point in my life where I'm like, no. Yes, black and white. So good. Is this on one of those weird crops? No? Okay. There's our before and after. It would work in color, but I don't know. Black and white just... This is such like a classic moment shot that black and white, I feel like. Have you ever thought about going back to the X-T3? Probably not. Just because like it's kind of a discontinued camera at this point. I sold all my stuff. I had 2 grips. Also, the batteries were trash. The batteries on the X-T5 were so good. Love my 2 X-T5s, but yeah, sometimes I take a shot that I know was in perfect focus because the camera told me it was. Only, yeah, exact. Look, here, let me show y'all. And then we'll get back to these photos in a moment. There was a couple shots recently where that exact thing happened to me. And I'm looking at the photos like, I don't know, yo. I have a BTS video of this shoot coming up soon. So let's see, let's switch it to the X-T5. So I was shooting with the GFX 102 and the X-T5. What I like to do is I'll use the GFX 2 in 35mm mode to give my lenses more reach. And so then like the 55 f1.7 feels like a true full frame 50, not a 35 on medium format. And so then, you know, I put the photos together so you have like this shot and then this. So, you know, this is the 16mm here with the X-T5, which works because with the crop sensor, when you're wider shots generally don't have as much background separation anyway. So the wide shots work. And then for any tight shots, you get that medium format, crispy, you know, like beautiful bokeh, which is kind of what you want anyway, right? When you're shooting close. So it makes sense to shoot them like this. But yeah, there was a couple shots. And it seems like when things are backlit is when the X-T5 really struggles. But you know, like this feels like it's off. Like, look at that. That's definitely off, right? And there's been a couple, it's exactly as you said. In camera, you're like, yeah, I'm taking the shots, it's great. And you get home and you're like, what happened? I could have swore I was in focus. Like, this is totally off. And again, okay, I'm on the 16 mil, I could have stopped down. And so that's another thing I'm wondering, I'm like, maybe because the resolution's higher, I just need to get used to stopping down. Because the thing I used to love with the X-T3 and the 26 megapixel on crop is it was just like, you didn't even have to stop down. Also, I was shooting on like the f2 lenses, so like the 23 f2. So like you're already stopped down a bit. You're not like super wide, it's f2 on a crop sensor 26 megapixel. So you're like shooting everything like, yeah, everything's in focus, blah, 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 blah. But now it's like you have all this extra resolution and on a 1.4 lens. And so it's like, maybe I need to just start stopping now. Like, maybe it's me. That's the thing. So, like, you know, you're asking, like, oh, do you feel like you missed focus? I don't know if it's me or if it's the camera. Like, do I need to adjust to the camera? There was a couple other shots I took, too. Even some of these were questionable. Are you going to load? Oh, that's because it's the preview. Also, this chromatic aberration is crazy. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It definitely has me feeling some kind of way about missing my X-T3. Like, I'll be honest with y'all. Also, is this grain? Is this just like Lightroom? Yeah, it is. Okay. Camera missed. Just shot with the 27-1.2 wide open on my H2. And they're way sharper. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's something with the resolution. I will say I liked my XT5 photos a lot better when I got rid of the 35 f2 and got the 33-1.4. And what's weird is, like, I feel like my photos were really good when I first got the camera. And then as I've been using it, but see, this is popping. You know, this is good. That's the thing too. Maybe it's just the 16-1.4. The 16-1.4 is an older lens. Actually, is it not on the list? Oh. It's not on the list? That's probably what it is. Because this is the 23 and it looks great. Dang. That's definitely what it is. It's only the 16 mil shots that I was feeling like that. I need a wider lens. Oh, man. Yo, I forgot about the list. That's definitely what it is. See, okay, now I know I don't feel crazy because I was definitely like, oh, no, wait. Oh, no, yes, 16 2.8 is on there. Yo, now I don't have a 16 mil. I love the 16. Also, too, yeah, like Walter. So the 23 and the 18 are too close. Like that would be pointless. Like I would at that point, I may as well just shoot with the 18 and call it a day. Damn, yo, I totally forgot about the list. Sorry, honey. I need to get that. The 18 mil. The list. That's so when Fujifilm upgraded the X-T5 because it had a bigger, like the sensor was bigger, like the resolution was more. Not all of their lenses work well with the X-T5. They don't resolve the resolution correctly, and that's what's happening. That's why those other shots look like that. This is a 16. Oh no, that's 23. So this one's working as well. I mean, this, I should have stopped down though. This was my own fault. Like, you don't shoot that far away and don't stop down. Like, that was just stupid. Yeah. That's definitely what it is. It's the lens. Man. That's why there's so much chromatic aberration too. Yeah, all the f2 lenses are part of the lenses that can handle. That's crazy. Okay, let's get back to editing these photos. that makes me feel much better. That's definitely what it was. That's definitely what it is. It's the lenses don't resolve on the X. That's all it was. I just don't jive with the 35 field of view for photos, so I'm not gonna spring for the 23. I guess I could get the new, what is the 8 mil? Would you try a non-Fuji lens? I've been looking at Viltrox 13. Maybe. Where do you print your photos? I've been doing it through Artifact Uprising. That's just where I do most of mine. Dang, yo. See, now I gotta look at, it's the 8 mil, right? Oh, it's a 3.5? Maybe I'll just rebuy the 16-2.8. I feel like 8 mil is gonna be too open. That amount of wideness is kind of crazy. What is 8 mil full frame? That's bigger than 24? Oh no, Beth is leaving. Catch you next time. Thanks for hanging out. Did you update the lens in the camera? I don't think there's an update for the lens. Oh, this is great. I almost don't even mind the Dutch tilt, but we about to straighten it. This is great. The reactions are awesome. What is this? XT3 again, coming through. Let's drop the shadows a bit. Here's our before and after. It's a little hot. I think I'm just gonna raise the shadows. You need to explore ultra-wide photography while weddings. It looks amazing. Yeah, I probably would fall in love with that 8 mil. I might have to cop one now. That just messed up my whole vibe. I didn't realize my lenses weren't. See, that's what it is. I was so used to shooting on the 26 megapixel cameras. Do you always fill the white spots with Photoshop? Yeah. Lightroom can't handle it. I don't know what is different about Lightroom, but it just can't. Like, you would think I'd be able to just, like, pop in here real quick and... But you see, it looks crazy. It doesn't even want to... Look, it's not even filling in the white. Like, how stupid. Shooting another wedding tomorrow with my 33 and 16 combo, so I'll have to really start... Test the focus on the 16 and make a decision afterwards. Yeah, definitely. Let me know how that turns out for you, too. Because it seems like that's what it is. Man, that's crazy. I didn't even realize. I, like, totally forgot. That's definitely what it is. I wish the GFX had wider lenses. Faster, wider lenses. I would totally shoot GFX alone. Because the GFX 102 is crazy. Calibrate for the lens? No, I think it's just because it's old. It's like old architecture. And it's not able to handle the 40 megapixels of the X-T5. I'm about to check if they have firmware though. Let's see, lenses. X mount. 16 f1.4 version 1.01. I mean, yeah, that sounds like what I'm already on. Improve a tracking function and parallax correction. Do they have their... Is the list on their site? Just realized after following you on YouTube for years, I wasn't actually following you on Insta. If you want to know how the 16 does on the X-T5 tomorrow, I'll see you. Yeah, thank you so much. Let's fill in this spot right here. Does anyone have any good resources, recommendations for if I want to print photos a bit larger to frame and hang? I've been happy with Artifact Uprising, but they're not like, if you like photos, they print on like recycled paper type stuff. Do they have the, I can't find the list of lenses for the X-T5. Compatibility. Compatibility. Do they have the lenses? No. I guess not. I'm glad, thank y'all for helping me solve that issue, because I was like bugging out and thinking the X-T5 was just missing the shot. But that's not the case. It's the lenses. I forgot about the list. I didn't realize the 1.4 is not on the list. That's super annoying. Here goes our before and after. That changes everything, y'all. Now I understand. Here's also another before and after. Did you use flash on prep? No. We both figured out the 16 mil again. That's crazy, dude, because you literally asked me, because that shoot I did, it was like a week or two ago. And the whole time, that's what I was like, oh man, you know, like the X-T5 doesn't look like it's focusing right. What's going on? But that's what it is. It was the lens. This looks great. Oh, this was the X-T3, wasn't it? See, every time I see an X-T3 photo, I'm just like, why did I get rid of my X-T3? Why? What have I done? Oh, this is gorgeous. This is, I think, the same wedding. Yeah, these two shots here. Oops, that's not what I wanted. No! Great stuff, yo. Nice. Because once I start thinking about it, I really have focus issues on my 33. Yeah, that's exact. It definitely is the 16. It doesn't work with the X-T5. That's what it is. Because like I was just showing, like that 23 shot looked great. That's definitely what it is. It sucks too, because that's my widest lens. Like I definitely use it. I'm about to cop that 8mm just because. This is also a RAF. Is this X-T4? Cool. Fuji files look so good. Here's our before and after. I can pull down this exposure a little bit, yeah. Same, it's my widest lens, and I really love how it looks. And the 24, yeah, 24 millimeters is a great, like, I need a wide shot, but it's not too wide. Like, I'm scared of the 8. The 8mm just, it seems like it's gonna end up being just like, and you're like, it's too wide. Yeah, I agree with that. X-T3 is definitely still the best. Such an amazing, just so good. I love my X-T3 so much. Beautiful dip shot. Which camera is this? X-T3. Here we go, talking about the X-T3. Oh, goodness. Here's before and after. X-T3 was a workhorse too. And I did the majority of my Fujifilm wedding photography on an X-T3 too, so I'm also just biased. You know, like I just really enjoy my X-T3. This is the same wedding? Or just these two? Yeah. That's right, this is XT3. So see, again, they're kind of backlit, and that's just what it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I could use my subject save. But see, then it's like too bright. There's our before and after. Generally what I do if I'm using the shadow save, I'm pulling the shadows up on them so that I can keep the shadows at a natural place for the rest of the photo, rather than bringing the whole photo up in shadows. What about the X-T4? So I never really used the X-T4 for photos, but it's just as good. It was just as good as the X-T3, but faster. I just didn't like the flip screen, so I mainly only used mine for video. Sorry for spamming the chat, but I'm having a good time. Yeah, get up in here. Would you recommend the GFX 50R in 2024? I think it really depends on what you're shooting. So I personally have never shot with it, but from the specs I saw of it, and for me, I've used the GFX 100, 100S, and 102. And personally, I feel like the 50R would be a little bit slow unless you're doing studio work and like portraits, maybe engagement session, something like that. Without those things, I feel like it would be slow. Cause even the 100S, I was always like, I wish it was just a little bit faster. These are gorgeous shots. What lens is this? That's not Fujifilm, is it? Yeah, this AF23 1.4 is definitely not Fuji. I don't think that's the Fujifilm 23. Whatever it is, looks good though. How many photos did they send you? I think it was only 2. Most people did pretty good about only doing 2. So he did 3. I think people are doing like 2 to 3. Which that's fine. I try to keep it low. It's probably Viltrox. Viltrox has vignetting. Oh, the Sigma stuff is pretty good. I used it a bit. I like a cooler edit. This photo was kind of warm. See, I like my greens kind of cool like that. And honestly, I kind of want to crop this in. I don't like how much this white space is taking up the screen so much. I don't mind it, but I like it tighter like this. Here's our before and after that. Actually, I need to warm it up just a little bit. It's a little too cool. Hello from France. Welcome to the stream. Oh my goodness, the Dutch tilt. Honestly, this is black and white. Black and white helps with the Dutch tilt too. Like, it makes the tilt not look so crazy. Wow, that sky save. Let's turn it down some. It was a little too much. The black and white gives it that feel of being like, yay. So much is happening. Whereas in color, like, I would want to straighten it and stuff. Like, there'd be no other option. Beautiful. This also looks like it would be a black and white, but I'm going to start with color. This looks like something in a magazine. That's a birthmark. It's hard to tell. It almost looks like something hit her in the face. Normally, so if this was my client, I wouldn't have gotten rid of that unless we had talked about it. We can go ahead and put some Skin Smooth on there as well. So here's our before and after. But yeah, black and white's gonna be where it's at. What do y'all think? Color or black and white? Actually, I don't stand by my own words. I kind of like that color one. The color palette's really nice. Like the green and then like the brown tones from the skin tone in her hair. It actually kind of works out. Little pop of yellow that also kind of goes along with the skin tone. Yeah, yeah. I said black and white, but looking at them together, I'm thinking color as well. Time to be real. What's your least favorite wedding photography trend of 2023? You know, I don't even know if I know all the trends. I know the biggest one was the blurry photos, which I'm actually okay with if it's used correctly. Actually, it's something I started doing. Like what I'll do during reception time while everyone's kind of just, you know, like sitting down to eat, and normally you don't take photos. I've recently started taking a blurry photo of just like the room, just like a nice wide shot of, you know, people going to their seats and sitting down and the servers coming out and stuff, to really give that feel of just like, here's the wedding, you know? I kind of like it, but you have to use it. Like people standing still, blurry photos makes absolutely no sense to me. I feel like that doesn't make any sense. But when there's motion involved and you're trying to capture the motion, it makes sense. I like the blur, but only if it has motion. Yeah, exactly. It has to have motion in it. When there's no motion and it's the photographer just being like, yeah, like I don't know. Hate the blurry photo for no reason photos. Using shutter drag to show already existing motion. Exactly. Like I have a shot that I took a while ago. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was 2021. Or was it 22? No, it was definitely 2021. If I can remember the couple's name, that's always the thing too. Oh, maybe it wasn't. What couple was it? Here we go. I'm so sad that my 16 mil is not working no more. That changes my whole life. Like, I don't know what to do anymore now. Where's the photo I'm looking for? Because this looks like everybody dancing, which is not what I'm looking for. Get the 18, but it's so close to the 23. Like, I don't see myself using the 23 and the 18. Maybe it's under details. Yeah, so this isn't the greatest example. It kind of is, but yeah, so this part of the wedding day, right? Where you're not even really gonna be taking photos. People are eating and stuff, and you can see it here in this server. See, she's a little blurry. So I've started doing that recently. Just like a wide shot of the area to really get the feel of the wedding and just your party and everyone sitting down eating, but make it a blurry shot. So, you know, stop way down and pull your shutter super down. Because especially with IBIS, you can do that handheld. Oh no, Javier's in the house. We were just talking about you and how you used to submit whole weddings. But yeah, so blurry photos. I guess another trend, there's a lot of trends of people trying to go back to just like instant camera looks and stuff, which is fine, I guess. It's fine. I don't mind it. Yeah, there's no trends that I've personally seen that I personally hate. I think the only thing that I dislike about some of the trends is that they always have to give stuff like some kind of name and make it seem like it's some different thing. Like, people have been shutter dragging for like ever. That's nothing new, you know? The only difference is when people used to do it back in the day, they had a purposeful reason. And now I feel like everyone's just like, oh yeah, blurry photos. And it's like, well, just think about what that's all. Like, don't make all your photos blurry, you know? This feels like a black and white, but we'll do a color to start out. They're just so backlit. Where's my virtual copy? Also, that ISO is popping. Like, why is it so high, but then the shutter is so high too? Black and white or color? What y'all think? I missed the windows to submit. When's the next one? Usually it's the last Friday of every month. This is how I feel when I make the mistake to pose my couples using your posing names. Hi John, been watching long enough to see your hair change as much as it does. Yeah, it's pretty normal too. I'll usually grow it out for like 2-3 years and then cut it. And then it takes another like year to grow back. Then I'll cut it again. Like, it's very normal. What is this? XT4. There's our before and after. 25 weddings, dang. I'm over here struggling, yo. I ain't got no weddings. Next year is gonna be interesting, or this year. Oh no. Focus is off. Might have to be a black and white. Cause yeah, it works, but the focus is too clearly obvious. So it has to be black and white it. straighten this a bit. Drop these shadows some. That flash is kind of big and hot. I feel like I would have loved it to be thinner and just on them alone. Here's our before and after. I don't edit anymore. I'm just doing freelance for multiple companies. Oh, nice. See, that's where you gotta do it too. It's kind of nice. Just get your money, do the shooting. Nice. It's a little hot and backlit, but it'll work. So I'm gonna pull the shadows down and then just raise the whole thing a bit. The white balance is, yeah. This one would work as black and white as well, but it won't have the same impact. Let's do our AI shadow save. And then I'm gonna pull this back. There's our before and after. Oh, nice. You work for a school as well? Beautiful shot. What is that? Is that people? The worst. Here's our before and after. Let's go ahead and give this photo the full treatment. So first we're gonna denoise it with that AI denoising. Yep, and then hit it with that generative fill. John, do you feel like the photography community on YouTube is too saturated at this point? Mess with the idea of doing content. I don't know if it's too saturated. We were talking about this earlier. I just don't know if people want to see just straight up educational stuff anymore. I think that's really what's happening. There we go, much cleaner. And then we're gonna take this, we're gonna edit it in Photoshop, see if we can get some of those people out the back. This is where you start testing the limits of generative AI. So I'm not gonna do the whole guy, I'm gonna do it in sections like this. It's a little bit easier giving it less to deal with. Is there anyone from Europe who's using Honeybook? Yeah, supposedly I think Honeybook doesn't work outside of the US, which I didn't realize that at first. What direction do you see photography YouTube heading then? You know, I don't know. I've kind of thought it, oh no. What, yo? I've thought about it a bunch because it's hard, right? Like, I do pretty decent on YouTube doing educational stuff, but sometimes it's like, it's hard for me to deal with it because sometimes I'll do, wow, it generated a hand. Okay, well, this is not working. Like, I'll do videos of subjects that should be, you know, really helpful for someone starting out in photography, wanting to, like, legitimately make a business out of it, and, like, no one watches it. But then I make a video about something dumb or just, like, gear, and everyone's like, yay! So then it's like, well, I don't understand. Like, you would, like, are there real photographers on YouTube who are trying to make money, or is it just a bunch of people taking pictures? Like, is the photography community at this point just a bunch of people wanting to take pictures and take cool Instagram pictures, but no one's really out here trying to make money? And is that half the problem with the... Nope, see, it's struggling. I'm not doing this. If it's going to struggle that hard, I'm not even going to mess with it. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it feels like... It's hard to say, because people are either out here making money or they're just taking pictures. And it feels like that the majority of people are just taking pictures and buying cameras and wasting their money. Like, it doesn't even make any sense to me. But see, I can say that because I was never really a photographer. Like, really, I got into photography to start a business. So I was like, I took pictures for fun, but for the most part, like, when I really started picking up a camera was when I was trying to work and when I was trying to get paid and when I was trying to practice so I could get paid. So to me, just being like, I'm out here buying, $3,000 cameras just to take some fun photos every now and then. I'm like, what are y'all doing? And it feels like the people who are actually, there's like a year or two where people try and get into the business and they want to try and do wedding photography or something and make money, and then they just don't last. So I don't know. It's hard to say. I've definitely learned so much about business from your channel. Kind of the main reason I subscribe. Nice. I don't really vibe with the just taking. Yeah, exactly. And there's a lot on YouTube this like the just taking pictures, and that's why I really tried to make that my focus. A lot of times, this is just me ranting now. A lot of times people think that I'm just like out here with the sponsors and I'm always talking about services so I can get, affiliate links and stuff. And I can get how the videos seem like that. But when you are actually trying to run a business, someone telling you like, hey, here's a service that will help you like actually sort through whatever it is you're trying to do for your business. Someone who gets it, sees that and goes, this is awesome. This has helped me out. Versus like all the comments I get where people are like, oh, it's just a whole bunch of lists of things so you can get affiliate links. And it's like, no, they're all products I personally pay for. I pay for with my money from my business. But I think I get all those comments because like 80% of the photography community on YouTube is just people taking pictures, looking to get a quick $100 maybe, doing some Instagram stuff or something like that, like not actually trying to run a business. And it's a big difference. Taking some pictures for Smojo down the street because they needed a photographer and they know you have a camera and they're gonna pay you $150. That's not money, yo. Come back and talk to me when you're making $1,000, $1,500, $3,000. Talk to me when you gotta write your taxes out. Like because you made over whatever amount before they start wanting to know how much you made. I don't feel like there's a lot of that on YouTube. People care about lenses and stuff. That's people just taking photos. I'm trying to learn how to not spend my money or maximize my money when I spend it to make more money. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's hard. It's hard. So like for me, sometimes it's rough because I'll make a video that's like, this is very helpful for a business owner, and it won't get any views. And I'll be like, okay, whatever. I straight up tell my potential couples that I don't shoot for Instagram grid. They really, yeah. And it's really, it has to be hard for couples nowadays. Because this is gorgeous. There's just a lot of people. Yeah, look at the tones on this, so good. There's a lot of people out there picking up a camera. And I was talking about this earlier because I was talking about like the possibility of me dropping my photography prices. But like, because a lot of people are struggling with money right now, I think a lot more people are picking up cameras as a side hustle. There's just a lot of people trying to find a side hustle. So it's hard because then you have photographers like me or some of y'all charging real money for weddings, but couples are like, oh, but this person only charges $200. And it's like, but they don't shoot weddings. Like, you're putting your wedding at high risk, giving it to someone who just takes pretty pictures and doesn't understand the wedding day. Again, I personally don't think I'm the best photographer. I actually think I'm slight trash, like, in all seriousness, compared to some photographers. But I know wedding days. I know how wedding days run. I know how to run the wedding day, and I know how to get great shots no matter what's happening on the day, no matter how the lighting's changing. That's what you're paying for, you know? Not because I'm trendy and I take cool photos. Because trendy and cool photos, you can have that and the wedding photography, you know, approach as well. And if you have that, that's great. But if you don't have the wedding photography side, like, you're doing a disservice to these couples. Like, you really are. Please keep doing what you're doing for us. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Because, yeah, some days it'd be hard. I'd be like, man, yo, maybe I'll just make some kind of random video so that people will be like, wow, this is cool. But it's like, I want to see people be able to start their own businesses as well and change their own lives also, doing things that they never thought they could do. Like, that's what I did. Again, I didn't go to school for photography, and I wasn't shooting photography before I started doing it for a business. Like, I just, you know, I was pretty decent. I had an eye for it, and then I practiced and learned. Is this the same wedding? No. Yes? No. No, yeah, different dresses. Is it even the same photographer? It is. These are great shots. I really like, this is like a magazine. This is definitely in a magazine. When John said, know the business side of the wedding day to serve your customer, this changed it from, yeah. Because that's the thing, you can be a bad photographer, but if you can get shots that capture the moment and look well enough, and you're good at weddings, because weddings are customer service. So again, if you're good at that and like 15% decent photographer, that's all you need. Really, that's half the reason why the photographer community kind of hates on wedding photographers, because technically you don't have to be the best photographer. But again, like, I don't know, like, it makes me angry sometimes, because that's people who get all like extra about like, oh, you have to shoot exactly this way at ISO 100 all the time and the best quality and all these things. And it's like, I'm just trying to serve my couples. My photos don't have to be perfect. They need to be good. I need to deliver on what I said I was going to do. And I also need to serve my couples well. And I also need to manage my business. And I also need to pay my taxes. And I also need to have insurance so that if something happens at the wedding, you know, like, stuff is back. Like, that's what you need to do, not just be like, I have a camera and I take photos and it's great. So yeah, it is what it is. That's kind of where the photography community is at now. And that's what I think YouTube is mainly people who just like to take pictures. And they're not really, like, if they're making money from it, it's just kind of like whatever money that they kind of got paid because they kind of did a thing. Not because they're legitimately trying to run a business. And again, I could be wrong. That's just what it seems like. One of my biggest mindset changes was when I watched one of your videos where you said wedding photography isn't really a photography business, it's customer service. Yeah. And that's huge, because it really is. Like, you spend the majority of your time doing customer service stuff. Even the way a wedding photographer, like, runs a wedding day and deals with people's emotions, because y'all have seen wedding days like that. You know, it's very easy for someone to get extremely emotional in a way that's not conducive of the wedding day and won't help you, it won't help them. It happens, you know, like, it's a high emotional day. Tell me that ain't customer service. I used to work in an Apple store. I worked in Apple stores for 5 years. You know, some customers come in and they're like, hey, I'm trying to buy a thing and it'll be fun. Other customers come in and they're like, my thing's broke, my whole life is jacked, I'm not happy at all. In either way, you have to serve that customer. And weddings are the exact same thing. Sometimes you come in and it's like divorced parents and the parents are beefing, and then, you know, like just someone else, the bridesmaid is acting a fool and the bride is like totally just like, my dude, somebody do, you know, like, and you have to come in and serve your couple, not be like, well, I'm here to take cute photos. Okay, cute photos is a part of it, but if you can't deal with the fact that the day is falling apart because people's emotions can't take it, you're not a good wedding photographer. I don't care how great your photos are. I used to be customer recovery at McDonald's and a resort. Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a lot of wedding photographers, some of the best wedding photographers, worked in customer service at some point in their lives. And that's what really helps them, because we get it. Like, we have been doing it. We know. So instead of it being like, oh, wedding, and again, this is not saying don't be good at taking photos. Like, you should try to be good. You should want to get better. And again, like daily, I'm always looking at my own stuff. That's why I can admit that I'm not the best photographer. I know that. Like, I'm definitely not. Definitely not the most creative. Definitely not the most creative. And sometimes my photos just aren't that great. But I'm delivering on what I said I was going to do for the couples. I'm delivering that exact same quality. And I'm giving my couples a great experience. Oh no! I guess the wind just blew that. Do our shadow save. Was that just the wind? Was this like the perfect photo? It just happened to happen? How cool. It definitely looks like the wind just happened to kick it up. Or no. Maybe someone threw the dress. Is this someone else's dress? Wasn't this one of the bridesmaids, right? It was her. She helped throw the dress. Yeah. I don't know where this came from though. Well, you know what it means. Gotta go to Photoshop. I literally worked customer service my entire life. Still do. Exactly. Consistency is key. Managing expectations is crucial. Exactly. Which is customer service. Like, regulating expectations is customer service 101. Like, I always like to compare it to having kids, you know? Like, your kids are playing, you take them to the park, you don't just go, okay, time to leave. Don't do that, yo. They're gonna freak out. People, oh, my kid's freaking out. Well, yeah, because you just up and randomly said, stop what you're doing that you're enjoying so much. Time to go. No, give them the 10-minute warning. Give them a 15-minute warning. Give them a 5-minute warning. Give them a 2-minute, you know, like, remind them. Set the expectations. I think most of my customer service skills come from when I was an RA in college, having to mediate fight between two. Yeah, exactly. But let's see if we can get rid of this real quick. Shoot every wedding like it's a 10K wedding. Don't care. Exactly. But yeah, it's hard to say. Like, I don't know if just YouTube's not showing my videos to people, or if it's really because mainly photographers are on there watching stuff that's about gear and about, you know, taking cool photos and whatever. My throat is so dry, y'all. There's that final version. This is great. I guess she doesn't have shoes on. That's the only downside. I'm not about to try and Photoshop shoes though. Under the weather, yeah. I like, when I talk too much, I throw out my voice very quickly. I feel like I'm just bad at talking. This seems like it's edited already. Like, my wife's a singer, and she talks about where you like sit in your throat. So yeah, wherever I sit in my throat where I talk, because of it, I throw my voice out like almost immediately if I talk a little bit too much. This flash work is great. There's our before and after. Yep, need to learn when to breathe. Yep, I be blowing my voice out real quick. Cute. I guess I'll leave it like this. Yeah, the submissions have been really bomb recently, y'all. Like, the last 2 live streams, y'all been coming through with the photos. There's a before and after. More headroom and feet, yeah. Get the whole lighthouse in there. It's also not straight, so I'm trying to straighten it, but it's gonna mess up the photo. Good old Raph, what we working with? XT3. You already know. And more magenta always. Looks so good. I think I'm getting close to the, oh yeah, there's a fair amount of photos left. Here's our before and after. I need to pull these shadows. Yeah. A lot of earth tones, a lot of browns, oranges. Now I got a chance to second shoot recently, hard in the UK. Oh wait, was that your photo? Oh no, these look great. Did you use like a grid to pinpoint that light? Because it looks really good. I could pull it way up like this. Or like pull those shadows out. This one also might look cool black and white. Do 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 do. Kind of like that, maybe. Who do you use to make custom albums? I use Smart Albums for designing the album and Red Tree Albums for printing. What focal lens do most of your clients prefer? I don't know if they prefer one. It's rare that I ever even have a client comment on focal lengths. Oh, nice. F6.4 so that they could get everything in focus. Might have needed to stop down more, maybe? Okay, so this is where we would want the exposure for her. So I'm actually going to subject shadow save. Yep. So I can pull down the shadows. And then I'm also going to sky save a bit. We can bump the clarity up a little bit more. We'll sky save, yeah. There's our before and after. I always love the images I see on X-T3. I've really been looking at going to Fuji. I love their look. It seems like, yep. Everything being less expensive is like a huge plus. And like we were discussing earlier, the X-T3 definitely is my favorite X-T series camera. I haven't had a lot of time with the X-T5 yet, but the X-T3 is where it's at. Here's our before and after. Love to see a full video about pricing for albums. Making albums and client album previews with PicTime. Saw you mentioned that one time real quick. Oh yeah, definitely. I know I think I made one video maybe. I can't remember. But yeah, that would be a good video actually. This is one of those hard choices where it's like stand in the sun and possibly squint, or stand in the shade. I think I would have chose stand in the shade, but this works. Do you regret going from the X-T3 to X-T5? I don't know if I want to straight up say regret, but I don't know, maybe a little bit. But now that I know the 16's not working, I think it's more so I just didn't realize which lenses worked with the X-T5. I think that's my problem. Again, I think it's me. I'm the problem. Here we go. Here's the before and after. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did a tutorial on albums, but I might have to do it again. Cute. This one is backlit. So we'll do our subject shadow save. That way, once we brighten it up, we can drop the shadows back. This is probably where I would let it sit. I don't want to expose it too much. Now listen, if you do a video about getting the 18 because of the issues with the 16, I better be getting full. Whoa. This lens is crazy, yo. Wow, that's probably straight in camera too. How crazy. Oh, client previews, I see. Yeah. That's a great video idea. I'll leave it like that, that's fine. I don't know what this pattern is on the bokeh though, right? It's like cross hatching or something. That's crazy. Here's our before and after. Oh wow. Is this the same? It's not. What's this blue hour? Oh, it's Fuji? XT3. Now I gotta switch everything. I'm sorry, y'all, but I like blue hour better than golden hour. Definitely a blue hour guy. There's our before and after. Can't really see too much in the photo, but yeah, blue hour, blue hour. Golden hour is just annoying to deal with. There's just like so much orange everywhere. I'm not a fan. That's what I hated the most about XT3 when I had XT2 as well, was switching the color. Yeah, because the XT3, I don't know what it was, because the XT4 didn't have that issue either. But like something about the color profile on the XT3 was different, so I had to make sure. So normally I don't do this on all my photos, but figured I'd pop in here a little bit. Oh, this is, what is this? Wow, XT2, let's go. That was the first one I started on. But see, even like, look at me just like turning down the orange saturation in the HSL because it's golden hour, like taking out all the magenta just to keep it in control. But then I'm gonna add skin smoothing. We'll turn it down just a little bit. Oops. Here's our before and after. Golden hour is so overdone at this point. Blue hour tones can be much, yeah. Blue hour and John Prince singing voice. Nice. I kind of want it black and white though. I may do X-T2 as my gateway into Fuji. It's a good choice. I started with the X-T2 and still some of my favorite photos. Some of my favorite photos I've ever taken are X-T2 photos. Let me see some of my old work. You know, this is X-T2. Oops. X-T2. All this stuff is X-T2. This one here that I use all the time, this was X-T2. So yeah, it's a great, if you want to get into Fuji just to see what it's like, kind of see how it performs for the most part, because they've definitely gotten better. X-T2 is a great introduction. And the thing I think I like the most about Fujifilm is they like, their cameras and their sensors are always good. Like, it's not one of those things where someone's like, oh yeah, the X-T2, and you're like, oh no, you don't want to do that because it's so much better now. Like, all of their cameras are good. Sometimes it's even hard to justify upgrading because their cameras are that good that you're just like, well, I don't even need to update because this thing is out here like doing the thing. Like, what would be the point of upgrading? So yeah, grabbing a cheap X-T2, I would highly recommend, especially if you're just trying to dip your toe in. Because you could probably get an X-T2 for like, I don't even know at this point, a couple $100 maybe. There's no way it costs a lot. There's the before and after. Nice. Another before and after real quick. Yeah, I love being able to do quick edits like that. What would be some disadvantages on the older X-T2? Yeah, autofocus wasn't that great. It was good, but again, compared to what it's at now. What else was it's been so long since I've used that camera. But yeah, it definitely had some weird cases of like back focusing. Oh, nice. This is black and white. And then if I really wanted to, I could clean up the bottom of the dress here since it's like a main focal point. I can't think of any other downsides. Like, again, the battery's gotten way better nowadays. You know, autofocus is way better. But it's just, it's such a good camera. And if you know how to deal with it, like, really, it's great. Thanks for the edit. My camera has been X-T2 and X-T20 only. And they are great for me. Only problem is autofocus on dark and light. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. The autofocus has gotten better. But other than that, the X-T2 is, like, popping. Like, really. It's such a good... I mean, look at this. Like, you can barely tell this apart from, like, an X-T3 or a 4. Like, really. And really, the sensor changed only but so much. So, like, it looks good. And if you're using good glass with it. These are great, yo. I really love like putting photos next to each other like this and just looking at like the kind of story it tells. Here's our before and after. Less film simulations. I mean, yeah, I really shoot on Classic Chrome alone, and that's it. So Classic Chrome and Acros, and that's basically it. What would you say is the difference between X-T2 and the 3? Also, what is the biggest difference from Fujifilm and Canon? Fujifilm and Canon, I can't remember because I've been on Fujifilm for too long now, since the last time I used the Canon. The only thing I can remember is the Canon menus are trash. It's hard to find your way in the menus. It's so annoying. However, as far as the X-T2 and 3, it's definitely the autofocus. The autofocus got a lot better on the X-T3 comparative to the 2. Like over my years, because I've purchased every single X-T from the X-T2, 3, 4, and 5. And I would say one of the biggest jumps was between the 2 to the 3. Like, you could definitely feel that change. The 3 to the 4 was barely a change. It was the IBIS that was really nice. And then the 4 to the 5 was also another big jump, because it went back to the traditionalist XT and also that 40 megapixels. Are you still using Classic Chrome mostly? Yep, that's all I shoot with, nothing else. It was my go-to for a while, but lately I've been using Astia because I've been loving a little bit more vibrancy. Yeah, no, I absolutely love Classic Chrome. That's all I shoot on. Anytime I use something else, it's just never as good. I'm a huge fan of black and white. I would say I like to do 60%. Yeah. Beth's back. Beth's like, I left my job just so I could come back. This lighting is rough. Was this lit at all? Is this just like available light? It's hard to tell. Oh, it's Khalil. Are you still in the chat? I quit my job so I can go hang out with John in his live stream. Acros for sure for any black. Yeah, the Acros is like so good. I just put this thing with the wrapper in it. Have you ever delivered straight out of the camera? I haven't, but I definitely have thought about it a lot. Because I've taken some straight out of camera shots before that were just like, really, it had me being like, well, guess I'm gonna stop editing. You know? Was this it? Yeah, this was the shoot. Like this. Straight out of camera, Classic Chrome. Look at that, y'all. Why edit? Really? Just why? The magentas are popping. It looks so good. No editing whatsoever. Crispy. Also, so again, talking back to the autofocus and everything. So this is the XH2S with the, I think it's the 33 f1.4, and it looks so good. The XT5 be looking good too, but I guess you gotta really use the right lenses on it. Y'all about to make me go back and buy an XT3 or something. I would dual body like the XH2S or something, but I don't like it. I don't like the body. I don't like the flip screen. I don't ever deliver straight out of camera JPEGs, but I found that the most helpful thing for those film profiles is to show the client on the key. Oh, yeah. Being able to show the back of your screen and know that it's going to look poppin', even if it's not edited, is like very beneficial. Super helpful. Oh, I see. It was like a surprise engagement, so he probably couldn't use a bunch of lights and flashes and stuff. Also, too, it's like at night, so unless you have the right kind of flash anyway, your lights are just gonna go into the void. Is the X-T5 worth it? I think it's a great camera. Again, I don't have as much experience with it as I would like. I've only really shot with it like 6 or 7 times. And then I started using the GFX2. So I still need more experience with it. Earlier in the stream, we found out that one of my lenses doesn't resolve fully on the X-T5. So that's now a new thing I have to deal with. And I don't even know how I'm gonna deal with it now that I'm sitting here thinking about it. Like, really, I don't know what to do. I use that lens so much too. John out here flexing us Fuji users. I'm about to buy a second GFX. GFX is so good. God, it's so good. Every time I shoot it, I'm like, oh, so good. Great alternative for the X-T5 is the XS20. I mean, yeah, the XS20 is bomb. That's what this camera is that I'm live streaming with. And it's tiny too. Usually these shots, especially when I have foreground of the person, I usually black and white them. Like, there's no real question. Also, and again, it depends on how you're taking it. I usually like to take these shots from like the side. Like, I like a nice side. I think I have something. I like side profiles a lot. So I like seeing the side profile with like the mirror kind of from the side, not so much from the back. Here's our before and after. The horn on the soundboard. Break out my GFX 102. Nice. What is this? X100V. This is definitely black and white. Again, when you have these just like, I don't know. Those tones are toning. But I feel like, you know, kind of street photography style stuff like this is better black and white. Black and white or color? Plugged in my headphones the second you just made that sound. I'm sorry. Now you're gonna hear John Branch blowing your ears out for the rest of your like evening. As a new dad, I'd love to see a video from you about balancing a career as a wedding photographer with the family. Might be a little bit too personal. Yeah, I've always been like half and half on how much I share of like my life. Because remember, so we just had our 5th child back in like November. So yeah, I got 5 little babies running around. So yeah, balancing life and also the business is, it's a whole nother thing. Capricorn still overthinking on this. So I'm actually cusp. I'm an Aquarius, but cusp Capricorn and tend to lean Capricorn. Did you guys see how Tony Northrup put out a tweet saying that street photography should be eradicated because it's rude? Oh wow. I mean, I agree with it to a degree, especially depending on how you approach it. Because some people, I've seen it too, like they'll run up on someone homeless and be all up on them like, get the shot, shooting with 8 mil, like, oh yeah. And I'm like, guys, he's sleeping on the street. Can you just like not? Can you just let him live his life? But if you're like, you know, from the back and it's very environmental and stuff, but I haven't seen the video, but just from thinking on that comment, I understand where it's coming from. Because especially, I've seen it. I've seen a couple of times in New York where someone's doing street photography and they're like all up on people. And literally the people like will push them out of the way and stuff like, don't take my photo. So again, if it's not like tasteful and you're not like disrespectfully running all up on people, like, but yeah, I guess depending on how you think about it, really, like you shouldn't really be taking anyone's photo at all without them knowing, technically. So, but again, the same thing. See, he's over here. Oh, this is great. Wow. I think this will work really good, black and white or color. How is it so smooth? Oh, because the focus is kind of missed. It kind of works for the photo though. Or you know what it is? It's that the veil. What is this? XH2S. But yeah, like if you're gonna sit there and say that street photography is disrespectful, what about photojournalism? Like, that's almost street photography on steroids, because half the time you're like in situations that literally it's like life-changing events are happening to people. So again, it's hard to say, because I feel like if you were gonna say that street photography is disrespectful, how does that make anything different for photojournalism? Oh, well, because it's important events that are happening to the world that people need to know. You know, it's hard to say, because it really, photojournalism is technically just street photography. It's just the subject matter and what's happening is very different. So yeah, it's hard to say. But I will agree, because most street photography is not anything like important events, that yeah, you shouldn't be all up on people. I'm terrified of doing street photography. It is kind of scary at first. Yeah, non-invasive street photography. Yeah. Like when I've heard of people who do street photography and they shoot with like super wide lenses, so they got to get all up on people. That's taking it too far. But when you're like kind of shooting more environmentally and stuff, then yeah, I feel like that's okay. Or even just kind of like capturing what's happening. You know, stuff like that's okay. My degree is in photojournalism. We took a media ethics class where all those sensitive topics were covered. Yeah, that actually would be helpful, because it is very like, yeah, the same thing we're talking about. Like, you don't really want to just be out there taking people's photos, but on the same end, documenting life is important, especially when it's things that are very pivotal for like the human race, you know what I'm saying? Like things that are just really changing stuff. So, and not documenting it would almost be worse. But on the same end, you don't want to be like, oh yay, you're starving? Here, let me take a photo. Like it's hard. It's just, you know what else is hard too? I feel like as a photographer, like if I was in a situation like that, I would just want to take photos. It's almost like when you start really using photography to like extend yourself, it's almost like how you express your emotions sometimes, you know? And I don't know how to explain it, but it's the same when I take photos of my kids when we're just hanging out, you know, like it's just this overwhelming feeling of like the moment that you're in and just the way it looks and just how it feels, and you just want to take a photo. Like it's hard not to want to, even in like bad situations, you know, or like things that's why I've had couples recently where like the mother had passed before the wedding, and I would ask like the bride, because it would be her mom or something, it's like, if you break down crying at some point in the day, are you okay with me taking photos? Because to me, it's a part of the story. It's just a part of life, and there's beauty in that. So if you're fine with it, I would rather take those photos. And, you know, and then I let the couple decide, like, no, please don't. So it's kind of the same thing. Like, as a photographer, you're just kind of gonna want to take a photo, you know? Because of the way this is focused, I would say black and white. Because the focus isn't totally on, but it's also not totally off. At least give them some money or something. Yeah, maybe. That way you show you care a bit. Yeah, my husband was in the hospital in 2020 for 3 weeks, and I took photos of everything. Yeah. And it's also, it's one of those things too where it's like, oh, I don't want to be disrespectful and not take photos, and then, you know, maybe someone passed, and you're like, now you're like, oh, I wish I would have just taken the photos. Oh, see, look. So this is XD3. So if I switch it back, oh no, okay, it didn't mess up a lot of times it messes up the white balance. I think this person submits pretty often, and their photos are really awesome. Yeah, this looks great. I really thought Luke was with the Force. Oh, beautiful. Oh, it's too bad the sky is just totally like... Let's see if we can do some Photoshop magic to this one. Oh, it's still kind of there. Sky holding on to dear life. It's like, I'm here. Don't forget about me. Let's see what the sky save does. So here's our before and after. Tone's so good. Fuji, so good. But let's see what we can... Let's throw this in the Photoshop, see what we can do with it. I am torn between carrying my camera everywhere and using it strictly for business and I go to places, and I wish I brought it. Yep. I'm kind of the same way too. Like, I will, I don't like taking my camera with me all the time because I feel like I'm working. This is gonna be scary. I'm scared, y'all. Oh my goodness. I need a better mouse. Oh no. Cloudy blue sky. See, now I got Beth in the chat. She about to be like, where are the birds at? Add the seagulls. Other than it messing up the windmill, that actually turned out pretty good. I like this first one's not bad. It took out that whole thing of the windmill though, didn't it? Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's try this again. See if this horrible magic mouse. See if I can get a better select. Or can it select the sky? Will it select the sky by itself? Wow. Look at that. Can I do it like that? Oh no, what did it do to their faces? Oh my goodness. It did so much better the first time. Oh no, the worst selection ever. Hey John, when you are editing a wedding album, do you choose one preset for the whole album? If so, how do you choose one for the wedding? I do. I mean, I pretty much use my preset for everything. The natural fills preset. That's it. Nothing else, always. Clearly I have a color profile and a black and white, but I've been using the same preset for like the past like 6 years. I don't like jumping back and forth between presets and stuff. Okay, friends, my lunch break is over. Oh, we'll see you next time. Maybe I'll add some birds just for you. Oh, wow. This actually is not so bad, except the blue is all weird. I like this one the best, I think. We can generate some more. Let's see what else it gives us. Doesn't it matter how the day was? Your preset? No, it works with everything for me, at least. I'm not a big fan of like trying to change the preset just by the day. Like the only real other thing is just make sure your white balance is correct. I think I like this one the best. I think this one looks the most natural. It keeps it kind of like how it was. That's pretty good, Photoshop. I guess we'll take it. Keeps it a little bit less. I'm not gonna do birds. I'm sorry, Beth. Do you think AI culling editing will ever come to Lightroom itself? Oh, like just straight up inside of Lightroom? Maybe the editing part, but I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. I could see them doing it. Maybe not culling though, but possibly editing. I remember on your older video that you use gaming Windows PC RTX GPU edit photos. I think it helps. It does, but I don't use that anymore. I'm on the just a normal MacBook Pro now with the M1 processor. Okay, I normally don't do this, but I think it might be hype for this photo. Let's see if we can. You think it can see the subject? Nope. So I'm gonna brush in my changes. Yeah, now, so my PC, I just use it for gaming. Like, literally, that's it. And then I have a MacBook, like an M1 Max MacBook Pro. Does that edit look stupid? I think it's kind of cool. Also, too, the point was seeing the couple. If I edit it like I normally would, the focus wouldn't really be on the couple as much. The old Hackintosh days, I kind of miss it. It was fun. Again, the only reason I was Hackintoshing is because the Macs at the time were trash. They were using Intel processors anyway. They were just bad. It wasn't until Apple started coming out with the M1, M2, M3, M whatever chips. Like, those chips are good. I'm still on the M1 Max. It's popping, but... Yep, so no more Hackintoshing for me. What is this song in the background? Oh. I don't know. A lot of this stuff comes from Artlist. Is this the same wedding? Oh wow, yeah, this shot is so much more dynamic. This is just like a shot. And it's always funny when you're a wedding photographer, because that's how stuff will be, right? First you'll just be taking a photo to be like, yay, pictures, and then you'll take something that's like extra bomb for no reason, and then you'll turn back around and be like, yay, a photo. What games are you playing? I was talking about it earlier. I'm trying to go back through my backlog because I have a Steam Deck. So right now I have like a small little list. So Hackintosh is when you build a PC, so like a custom made Windows PC, and then you load macOS onto it. It's actually really fun. You're not supposed to be able to do it. Like macOS is only supposed to be on Apple computers, so you have to kind of finagle your PC build to make it into a Windows. But when you do, and when you get it to work, you get like the fastest Apple computer you could have ever. But sometimes it's hard to get it to work, and you have to put certain parts in it and things. But you could just like mine was popping because I had a 10 GBE connection on it, Ethernet, so I could do 10 gigabit whatever. I had like super fast hard drive. What is this? That was there the whole time? I guess it was supposed to be there. I had like 50 different hard drives in it. There's just so much you can do. I Shazam some of the music. Nice. But yeah, right now I'm playing Metal Gear Solid 5. Final Fantasy VII Remake, the old one. I'm gonna go back through that again because the new one's not gonna be on PC for a hot minute. I'm playing the new Momodora. I just finished Sea of Stars a little bit ago. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I got a lot of different things I'm playing. Why are there two of these? Oh no, we found it. Oh, but they fixed it. Great job. We found the JPEG. He was like, nope, sorry, that was a mistake. Great, so that means we still haven't really hit the JPEG. We won't count that as someone submitting JPEG because that was a mistake. Look at the little baby. How cutie. There's my before and after. Alex, was that one of your photos? Oh, what is Hackintosh? This one's a little, there it goes. Hey, it's Thaddeus. A little overexposed, but we can pull back. I love their like kind of 60s vibe going on, or like old 50s or something. That's cute. But yeah, I'm trying to make it a point to try and not buy too many games this year. And I don't even really have, I don't have that much time, you know, between being self-employed and having 5 kids. Like, I don't have time like that. I get a fair amount of gaming in for my situation, really. Comparative to most people. Like, I'm getting in at least, I don't know, like 15 hours a week, maybe. I would assume 10 to 15, but it's like off and on. Like, I don't ever really sit down and play, you know? That's why the Steam Deck has become my main gaming thing, because really, it's me like 20 minutes here, 15 minutes there, you know, on a flight to like WPPI in Vegas or something. Like, that's really the only time I'm gaming. So yeah, I don't have that much time. That's why it makes more sense for me to just play through my backlog of stuff rather than buying, because that's what happens. I buy all these new games when they're new and I'm like, oh, it's gonna be great, and then I just don't play them. So yeah, that's the goal this year. Is not buying so much. That's a great first look. I kind of want to do this one in black and white. Yeah. The couple, yeah, they look like they were fun. You can just tell sometimes by people. But yeah, if you're looking for a handheld, the Steam Deck is like, it's by far my favorite. And like, that's coming from someone who, again, games pretty often, and I have most of my life. I pretty much grew up with consoles since the NES. And like, out of all the gaming systems I've ever had, like, the Steam Deck has been great. Also because it's basically a PC. You know, I got emulators on there, so I got some old school PS1 games, so I can go back through games I haven't played in like a while. Oh, this is great lighting. Look at this, y'all. Look at this backlight. Too much magenta, too much orange. Everything is orange. So first, you cool down till the skin tones look good. And then second, you desaturate the orange. Or if you want to be extra, you use my AI actions and I warm up the couple. That way I can cool down everything. And then everything is a little bit more controlled. Now I could just highlight the background too if I really wanted to, but oh, I took too much orange out of the photo. Here's our before and after. My PC is full of emulators. Yeah. I had to use that color point fix. You know, I have not used that yet. Let's give that a try. So let me put the orange back in just a bit so their skin tones look good. And then let's look at the color point. Where is it at? Point color. We want to take the range out of your skin. Isn't there a way to make it not select their skin tone so much? Yeah, I have not used this yet. Oh, you make a mask and then... One for the background, one for the couple. So I already got one on the couple, so really I just need the background. Can you do the color point on the background? You can. That looks better, I guess. They look good at least. I still feel half and half on the background. I kind of straight up changed the color too. The couple can be like, what? That's not the color we wanted our walls to be. All these venues convince couples to use like orange, and I'm like, don't use orange. This is black and white. There's no other question. Like, oranges and blues are the absolute worst to have as your wall backdrop color, but everyone loves to do it. And it just makes white, like, it's like white balance hell for everybody. Wow. It's XT4. Since there's a lot of lights, pull these highlights back up. Here's our before and after. Green is the worst. Forgot to name my raws. Looks like they are 1, 12, 15, and 16. Oh, nice. They're coming up then. I mean, yeah, I guess green would be bad too. There's really like, you need to do neutral colors like white or something. Your name's on there though, man. I see it. Cute shot. Wait, XT5, right? Yeah. So I mean, yeah, you can tell when you use the right lenses on it, the XT5 is popping. So yeah, it must have just been my 16, which is not compatible. Chick-fil-A! Head into the Chick-fil-A. I'm trying to go to Chick-fil-A. Oh, cute. Oh no, that orange. Best after wedding food? I like don't even be eating. I just go home. Really, the best after wedding food for me is when my wife cooks something and she's like, I got you, bro, and she makes me some Asian food. That's where it's at. Gotta cool you down, cause is that a spray tan? That it looks like a spray tan. That doesn't look like a natural. There we go. There. This grain is crazy. It's only ISO 800. It's because the lighting's not good. That's the thing too, like you can't just shoot however and then be like, whoa, it's grainy. About to run it through the D noise, never mind. Guess you can't do it. Oh, because it's a JPEG. You tricked me. That's why it looked horrible. I spent all that time editing a JPEG. Oh yeah, wings definitely would hit the spot after a wedding. All that beautiful time wasted. Now I don't know what to do with my life anymore. Now I gotta go back and select the person. Best accessory? You out here asking the real questions. I don't know. I mean, probably the Holdfast, the 2 camera strap. That thing's been life-changing ever since I started using it. Like, I actually don't even know if I know how to shoot without it, really. Yep, them straps is life-changing. There we go. Less grain, looking good. We can't do it before and after anymore because now it's a new version, but it looks great. Maybe hit some teeth whitening. Did it get him? I don't think it got him. Oh no, it did. I gotta pull out some more saturation. It wasn't enough. Wasn't enough for his teeths. Nice. That 33 looks so good on the Fuji. Here goes the before and after. May as well put some skin smooth on there. Some teeth whitening. Let me actually turn the skin smooth down a little bit. Y'all clean your sensors yourselves? I never get my stuff cleaned. Were you using a softbox on these? What's the lighting source on this? Nice. Yeah, these look great. For the 3-inch soft box, because I Bought too big. Oh look, there goes the birds for Beth. She done missed them. That's the only time I've been able to shoot like that. Nice. How do y'all shoot so underexposed? Natural birds. I could add some over here, but I'm not gonna do all that. These are before and after. Pretty straightforward there. Nice. This could be either color or black and white. I feel like it could work either way. Yeah. Color of black and white. And while y'all decide, I will BRB. Yeah, I think the black and white is like really classic. It's hard to decide. I think I'm gonna go with the color one. I'm gonna remove that guy at the bottom there. Isn't it so great? Isn't it so great that we have generative AI now and it's so easy to just pull stuff out of photos? Bloop, gone. You'd never know. So good. So good. Oh, true. Yeah, that orange wall does really stand out. Worst mistake at a wedding? Ugh. I've never really had any big mistakes. A lot of my mistakes were like small. I did have a shoot once. It wasn't a wedding. And I brought my flashes, but I didn't put the batteries in them. So I like show up with not being able to use my flashes, basically. That was fun. Luckily, I was able to get by without it, but that was a pretty low point for me. I was like, wow, I really just straight up forgot. Straight up forgot my batteries of the flash. Do we got a storm coming through? Weather looking crazy. No. I don't trust this app no more. This thing ain't good anymore. Oh, it's like not straight at all. Okay. Black and white? Yeah. Cute. Is the mag mod the solution I needed for low light outdoors? I would say so. It's super helpful. Again, I'm biased because I've been using it for so long, but personally, it's the solution for like almost everything for me. Nice. So since there's no gel, they're like very cool, but I'm fine with this. Might even black and white it. Yeah. Cute. This also would be black and white. Yeah. Color's fine, but again, a lot of these little just intimate moments with like family and stuff, I don't know, black and white works better. I don't use gels either. This is also black and white. Look at them nails. Just looked at the price of the 1814. About to look myself. Oh wow, it's more expensive than usual. I really don't want to get the 8. I feel like it's gonna be too wide. It's just gonna be crazy looking. Also, it's 3.5. Like, can you imagine using that at a wedding? At a reception, 3.5? Oh, is this a quinceañera, maybe? Yeah, like, I don't know if 8mm would be usable. I feel like it's gonna be it's gonna just look crazy. Yeah, Sweet 16, I was right. I had a couple forget their rings back in the Airbnb since they, oh my goodness. Ever considered YouTube Photoshop tutorials? Not really, because I don't totally know how to use Photoshop. I'm not the best at Photoshop. This downlighting's not great for this. But it's an okay photo. Yeah. These lights in the office needed to be fought against with like a flash or something. Yeah, that lighting is not your friend in these shots. Yeah, a reflector or something, because yeah, that straight up down light is not, it's not it. Look at y'all out here. This one's a little overexposed, but I think this is the TIFF now, so I can't really. Y'all out here doing work. This stuff looks good. Great stuff, y'all. Thanks for always submitting such awesome photos, really. Really good stuff. Well, we've made it to the end. I'm gonna select all. I usually don't do that. I don't like the way the vertical and horizontal photos look together. It makes me angry. It's just a big hodgepodge of photos. Made it to the end of today's stream. I gotta figure out if there's a storm coming through, because we've had so many tornado warnings in North Carolina recently. It's been a whole ordeal. John, you got me through this 5-hour drive I just did. Nice. Because, yeah, I drove down to Atlanta from North Carolina, and yeah, it was like 6 hours. Those drives can be rough. Thanks, everyone, for hanging out on the stream again. If you haven't had a chance to check out the Natural Fills AI actions, definitely check that out on my website. They're new. And, yeah, make sure to get your submissions in. I'm going to try my best to actually do this once a month like I did in 2022, I think it was, and hit pretty much every month. We'll also hit some other subjects too, so I might do some website critiques as well. So definitely stick around on the channel, and I will catch you all next time.